Happy birthday, Joy.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Lauren.
everybody. Thank you for coming to Joy's birthday party. Today we are celebrating. We don't have cake right now, but we are having cake as a staff on Thursday. So we are excited for that. And to celebrate Joy. And so we are very grateful for her. I texted her this morning and told her I am very grateful for Joy's life because through her life, I've seen the life of Christ, and that has given me life. So by Joy's life, you are giving life to a lot of people. So we are grateful for you. And she has two things she's going to ask for her birthday.
Yeah, so normally I don't ask for anything for my birthday, but this year I have figured out a way that people can give something without it costing them a dime. And so what we're asking, I would love to ask people, we've got Domestic Violence Awareness Month coming up just in 2 days. And if you know anything about Called to Peace Ministries, we have been growing so fast that it's really difficult for us to keep up with the demand. And so when we are a direct services organization, we help hundreds of victims and survivors of domestic abuse every year. And but it's harder and harder to keep up with because the demand continues to increase. So that means that we have to increase our ability to respond to that. So we've to hiring more advocates, being able to pay for crisis counseling, being able to help with practical needs, and we do training for churches and other people helpers. So we have a lot going on at Called to Peace Ministries. I'm so excited because when I started doing this work back in the late 1990s, it seemed like domestic abuse was not on the church's radar, was not on anybody's radar. And so it's been very exciting to see churches beginning to wake up. And so we are trying to be a part of the solution at Called to Peace Ministries. I think we have really made a lot of we've made a lot of progress in the last 5 or 6 years that we've been in existence. It's been, I guess we're starting our 7th year probably in 2022 because we started in 2015.
Yes.
And so, but the way to, if you would like to give me a gift for my birthday, we would love for you to join us in a couple of ways. One is if you could become a crowdfunder. This means that you create your own private crowdfunding page. Lauren, did you put a link for that?
No, I can do that as soon as this chat is done.
Okay, so yeah, if you go to calledtopeace.org and you click on our Domestic Violence Awareness Month, there's a way there. It looks like it's just raising funding, but it also will allow you to create your own page, tell your story, tell why you're trying to raise money for this cause. And last year, our crowdfunders just outdid themselves and made such a difference because we don't have the reach that you have. You have friends and family, people that would give that we don't even know. So if you create this crowdfunding page, then that can be very helpful to survivors of domestic abuse. And besides that, I was just saying, and the other thing that you could do for free is you could go over to Amazon.com and do a review on the Called to Peace book or the Called to Peace workbook. Because that will move it up in the search engines. And we hope and pray that more and more people will receive those books, that they will get them, because we believe that they hold keys to healing, that God's keys to healing. They're very much scripture based. So I think those are my 2 requests. You got any comments you want to add to that? Which will be really short.
Yes, I will leave I'll put in the comment section your link to your Amazon book review. It's very quick and simple, and this helps so much. It helps so many more survivors. Think about you searching on Amazon, hey, about marriage, help with marriage, and bringing that to the top of the search engine so more and more people can be aware of what's going on. So when you leave a review, it helps more survivors see what we're offering. And yes, I'll leave a link about crowdfunding. So that will be, we're excited about that. Last year, yes, the crowdfunders did an exponential job. They raised so much money and worked so hard. And so we would love for you to join us. You don't have to raise a certain amount. So I don't want you to feel afraid that like, oh, I can't do it. But you'll be surprised at how many people will come out of the woodwork that just want to support you. Even $5 here and there really makes a difference. I was in a situation once where we raised $12,000 off of people giving us $5 and $10 and $15. So do not think that a small amount of money doesn't affect. So just get out there and try. You never know what could happen, and how the money then can be used to help other women from your story, and be able to help them find resources and tools to find healing.
Well, the other thing we can talk about a little bit, Lauren, is what should expect to see here on our Facebook page on Called to Peace Ministries. It's going to be a month of learning. Our focus every year during, we call it DVAM, so Domestic Violence Awareness Month, is to help raise awareness and maybe dispel a lot of the myths that are out there. But we have a lot of friends who are going to be joining us for live interviews here on our Facebook page. Next week, I have Greg Wilson and Chris Moles. If his voice holds up, I think he's having voice issues again.
Oh.
On Monday, and then our friend Darby Strickland will be on Wednesday. I don't have the whole schedule, but we have some amazing folks who really have some expertise in domestic abuse, and we would love for you to join us for those. We'll be posting the schedule usually the day of or the day before. We'll post the interview.
This year we're going to do on Sunday because we're having so many lives throughout the week. We're going to be posting probably around 2 times a day. So to be able to post, hey, here comes a live, it's just going to get lost. So we're just going to Sunday do a big post, and we're going to put pictures up there of the speakers so you can recognize them, hopefully from the retreat or other places from their books, and we'll announce that. But yes, we're having those speakers the first week. The second week, something really exciting is a big hit this year for our interview was Dr. Amy Bruton. So we are bringing her back to interview her from her office on Monday, and she'll be talking about the physical impacts of domestic abuse and trauma on a woman's body and how to find healing and hope. And also there's many more. Sarah McDougall's coming to talk about a topic she's never talked about before here. We have Dr. Deborah Wingfield,
Julio. And Leslie Vernick has told me that she's going to do this with me. She said she would love to. We haven't scheduled a date yet, but I'm thinking near the end of the month. And yeah, you said Rebecca Davis, I think will help us out.
And Charmin is coming to talk about boundaries again. That was a big hit. Charmin Elaine.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She was a breakout speaker at the retreat, and
recently at the American Association of Christian Counselors, she did a thing there. And we also, you engaged Patrick Weaver, and we've seen a lot of his posts. We got really interested in him, so we're interested to talk to him and find out what he's got to say. Omar King, some of the people that are on our board, we're really going to have a lot of folks on. And so if you've got questions that you want answered during this month, then please send them to us through our inbox, or even better, the info@calledtopeace.org. And I think we have themes every single week. So usually the first week we're just describing the problem. Greg Wilson, who has just published the book When Home Hurts, along with Jeremy Pierre. And this is a book that talks about, it's actually a handbook for churches on how to deal with domestic abuse and ways to get engaged without doing harm, and hopefully giving a wise response. And so Greg's going to be here on Monday. Chris Moles was going to join us. Again, depending on his voice, I haven't heard back from him on whether or not he'll be able to. He lost his voice year before last when we had him come to, or last year actually, we had him scheduled to come to our conference in 2020. And he lost his voice. And so we had to postpone. Well, first we had to postpone because of COVID. Then we had to postpone because he lost his voice. And then finally we got him, and we just did it via live stream. But we're praying for Chris that he will, his voice will return, and that hopefully he'll have enough voice on Monday to join Greg and me. But we are definitely going to talk about the church's response. And I am going to say that I'm very grateful that things have changed, and I've seen an improvement in the way churches are responding these days. We still have a long way to go. There isn't a week that goes by that I don't hear one woman, at least in our support group online, talking about how their churches didn't handle it correctly. And a lot of times it just seems like double abuse for those who are going through it. And so we want to help make a difference for women in these situations, and help churches understand how to better respond, so that that they don't have to go through the double abuse, the abuse of, somebody, they're living with somebody who's oppressing them at home, and then they have a church who doesn't understand, doesn't get it, and ends up supporting a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Mm-hmm. That's
Anyway.
really hard. I was talking to Dan Beck about that and how that's really just a compound trauma too. It's so sad when you go through, you're already feeling so helpless and alone and traumatized. And then when your church rejects you, that's really traumatic. And so I'm grateful for Call to Peace and the work that they're doing and what's going to be happening and talking about that and helping more churches. And while we're talking about that, I want to mention the Crowdfunders Pastors Toolkit. So we've had a wonderful response to that. We have worked so hard on that. There's actually a video in there. Y'all need to go watch this video. We worked so hard on this as a staff, and actually the quotes in it are from real survivors inside of our support group that gave me their quotes of, I didn't know it was abuse. So why don't you watch it and see if you would know it was abuse and learn how you can engage during DVAM and see if your church will share it along with our bathroom flyers, social media posts, and everything else. So
yeah,
please check it out.
Yeah, so this is a really easy way for you to get your churches involved, and just ask them, would you download this kit from Call to Peace Ministries? Again, it's got a poster to put in the women's restrooms. It's got PowerPoint slides that the church can play before the service during any particular week or every week during October. So we've created all sorts of tools that churches can use to create awareness in their congregation. So and we are also going in during October. We have a quarterly training that we do, usually local to this area. Sometimes we've done them out of the area online, and we will travel to come to you as well. But it's called Protect the Flock, and it's a training for usually churches and ministry leaders. Also, we've had a lot of counselors and therapists come through our training, as well as family members and friends who just want to know how to help. So we have a Protect the Flock coming up at the end of the month. I think the 26th of October, Lauren?
Yes, I remember that. The same day you're interviewing Julie Owens.
Okay. Yes.
Or is it Yes, I think it's Julie Owens, correct? Or is it Darby Strickland?
Darby's early. Well, Darby's,
yes.
yeah, I'm interviewing Darby twice during the month. So actually, so we're talking about the training. Yes, that one is the 26th. I don't have an interview on that day, but I think, or that I know of. I think I'm interviewing somebody else the night of our vigil. So we are also having a vigil to honor survivors and those who have perished as a result of domestic violence on October the 20th. It's going to be local here in the Raleigh area. We'll be lighting floating camp lanterns. We'll put them in a lake at New Life Camp, but it's also going to be live streamed. And if you want to have the name of a survivor that you'd like to honor, you can send that information to us. You can, I think that you purchased the lantern. I don't know exactly how that works, but that's all on our Domestic Violence Awareness Month page that you'll find at calltopeaceministries.com. .org. I think both work.
Yes.
Calltopeace.org is our official website. And so go there and go to the Domestic Violence Awareness Month and look at all the resources. Please help us share. Please help us spread awareness, because this is an issue that is an epidemic in our world, in our churches. It has gotten worse during COVID. We know that incidences are up. The physical abuse has gone way up since COVID began. And so we really want to be able to be part of that solution. We are part of that solution, but we need your help to continually do it in an effective way. Because, there's only so much we can do with limited resources. So the more that we can bring in, then the more resources that we can provide to victims directly and survivors. Some people don't like to call those who have been victimized by domestic abuse victims, but we are victims when it's happening to us. And
yes,
we want to move out of that victimhood, and we want to become survivors. And even after that, thrivers. Or I tell people I went from victim to victor. And it was a process. And so there are different stages of the healing process. So again, if you'll just go over to calltopeace.org and then click on our Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I think there's something on the front page. I haven't been over there. You guys, I've been traveling and I came back and I'm just getting caught up. But
Yeah.
I've been told that it's on our front page, but you can look on, it's definitely on the menu, Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
It pops
And
up pink as soon as you go to our front page and it says Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Just click on that button and it'll take you right there. And underneath there's 5 ways you can engage. And each
yeah.
one has a
And even during the month, if you would just help us share the post here on Facebook, because that's going to help us, it's really going to help us increase engagement. And then the more that we can engage, then more people are going to get educated and learn about this terrible problem that we deal with daily here at Called to Peace Ministries. But we know that God is a healer. We know that there are solutions, and we're not giving up. We're going to keep fighting the good fight. So just
yes.
that you'll join us here this month as we try to raise awareness and try to, again, raise support to help those who have been victimized and have survived domestic abuse. Is there anything else you want to add?
I think that sounds great. Yeah, just make sure you're sharing posts. And so many times I share posts. Well, I don't say a lot on my personal page, but I do share from Call to Peace, and you never know who's reading those. And I've had so many people reach out on my private inbox, and they're like describing a physical incident that happened the night before or things like that. It just gave them hope to reach out. So when you're willing to acknowledge it among your friends, or even if you don't have that many likes, they've never liked my picture, if they've reached out because they don't want other people to see that they're liking domestic violence awareness stuff, just share, because you never know who's seeing that and who that is giving hope and voice and reason to. So please share throughout the month, especially the first month. We'll be talking a lot about what domestic violence awareness is, giving out a quiz, and being able to help people identify it very clearly. So, and then also we'll post our videos. So maybe you can even share that and help your friends understand what domestic abuse is, and, you know, fight for that one woman in your life that may be there that's suffering in silence.
Yeah. And if you're just tuning in and you didn't hear the beginning, so today is my birthday. I don't
Happy
usually.
birthday!
Yeah. Oh, we should have had confetti. But anyway, thanks, Kathy. Anyway, so if you missed the beginning, I am not asking for gifts that cost money, but we would love it if you would support Call to Peace Ministries during October by creating your own crowdfunding page. If this is a ministry that's been close to your heart and you want to help survivors of domestic abuse, you can create your own fundraising page. Tell people that this is a cause that's near and dear to your heart, and share it during the month of October. This is how last year we were able to actually overshoot our goal. This is our biggest fundraiser of the year as well. We're trying to raise awareness and funding because we really want to be able to help those who come to us. And again, that number increases almost monthly. I think this time last year, we were having about 50 people reach out to us a month, but I think it's way more than that now. You're eating chocolate cake, Kathy.
My chocolate's right over there. I ate a handful. So I'm eating chocolate.
You guys know, I don't really eat cake, but hey, I will. So in lieu of cake, I would like you, if you would consider doing a Call to Peace fundraiser, or if you've read my books, go over to Amazon and give a good review. It's because it's my birthday. To the Call to Peace book or the
Only
Call to Peace
5-star reviews. Do
That's
not
right.
leave just 5 stars. Do not do that. You may hinder another survivor, a victim, from hearing that.
No, it's got pretty good ratings. But what we want, the more ratings there are on Amazon, then the more likely it is to pop up in people's feeds. So if you can do that, that would be fantastic. So I appreciate all that. I appreciate everybody eating cake in my honor. And again, just go to calledtopeace.org. That's in the comments, and just learn the different ways that you can support victims of domestic abuse during Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which just starts in 2 days. This is the countdown.
Woo!
Please help us share, stay engaged with our page, and help us share our posts during the month. And so unless you've got something or anybody's got some questions, I think that's
Do we have
all.
any questions?
I got a lot of happy birthdays. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Oh,
And thank you to all the
and
people. Yeah.
yeah, we'll have a surprise again on Thursday, the last day before Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We'll be celebrating Joy's birthday as a staff. So tune in again on Thursday for something really special that will be going on around noon. We've been working hard on this too.
See, I
So
didn't even know about that. So there you go. Oh, it's
mark
a
your
surprise to me.
Yes, I just blew it. Well, I didn't blow it completely, but it's actually a really cool thing that we're doing. But we're all meeting at my house, and
Mm,
we are, yes, going live as a staff. So
okay.
y'all better mark your calendars for Thursday because it's really awesome at
Yeah.
12 p.m. Eastern time. So yes, make sure you leave Joy a really good review on Amazon. Like her heart is for domestic abuse victims in every single way. Like knowing her and seeing her life is just constantly like looking for ways to give to these women and for them to know the goodness of God. So I am really touched by that for her birthday. That's what she wants is for more women to be seen and heard and to know the goodness of God through her book and so through crowdfunding so we can support more women. So I will link all that stuff into the comments down below and I will link our Call to Peace website up above and from there you can find crowdfunding and everything else. So please do that. It takes 3 minutes to leave a review. It's awesome. So leave a picture too. You can put a picture of you smiling next to the book for Joy.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I guess we'll see you at Thursday at noon Eastern time. And thank you for the happy birthday wishes. So bye, everybody. Thanks so much.
Bye.